I've been selling my soul
Working all day,
Crank that, Christian.
overtime hours,
for bullshit pay.
so I can sit out here and waste my life away. Drag back home and drown my troubles away.
It's a damn shame
What the world's gotten to.
for people like me, for people like you,
Wish I could just wake up.
and it not be true, but it is. Oh, it is.
Living in the new world.
With an old soul.
I love that line.
These rich men north of Richmond, Lord knows they all just wanna have total control. Wanna know what you think, wanna know what you do, but they don't think you know, but they know that you do. Cause your dollar ain't shit, and it's taxed to no end. Cause these rich men north of Richmond.
I like this next verse, big time.
Oh yeah,
This
yeah,
is shit.
There's politicians who look out for minors, not just minors on an island somewhere. Lord, Jones Street got nothing to eat, and the old beast is milking welfare. Well, if you're 5'3" and you're 300 pounds, taxes are not paid for your bag of fudge rounds. You better put yourself 6 feet in the ground. 'Cause all this damn country does is keep on kicking them down. Lord, it's a damn shame what this world's gotten to. For people like me and people like you, wish I could just wake up and it not be true, but it is. Oh, it is. Living in the new world with an old soul. These rich men north of Richmond, Lord knows they all just wanna have total control. Wanna know what you think, wanna know what you do, and they don't think you know, but I know that you do. Cause your dollar ain't shit, and it's taxed to no end. Goes to rich men, north of Richmond. Woo! Lord, it's a damn shame.
That is a top performance, gentlemen.
Well done, well done, well done. Everybody all the way around. Everybody all the way around. You know, now we can't wait for, if this was P. Diddy, we'd already have a remix. I'm ready for the part 2, man.
I think I know who G was in his past life.
Lord! My favorite part, by far, and it's not even close, in the last 3 years, we've had corruption the likes of which we've never seen in this country. We've had people locked down. We've had people lose their jobs, lose their money, lose their lives. We facilitated a proxy war. But this poor bastard saw some fat chick eating a fudge round off of an EBT, and he lost his fucking mind.
Yeah.
That was the
That's
final.
what my taxes go for?
That was the final straw.
She ain't got enough.
Things have been stacking up. He went and he got his $200 gas bill, on his F-350 that he owns, and then he took out his $200 grocery bill and he said, "Lord, this damn shame." And then he saw that chick, 5'3", 300 pounds, just gobble, 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 and he was like, "I gotta write me a song." I talk about like it was like the Kill Bill, like, and then that's it. All Randy says something need to be done about this.
Yeah, and he wrote this song.
He wrote the song. Out of everything that's happened, the 2 things that bothered him were Epstein Island and
Epstein
junk
Island.
food.
Yeah, he didn't like Epstein Island. Doesn't like the inflation.
Oh yeah.
He doesn't like the kicking down of the young men who are killing themselves, feeling like they got no hope.
It's the truth.
All races, all amounts of money, besides for I assume the super elites.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
He really did. He really did kind of encapsulate the moment. I mean, all jokes aside.
They want to know what you think, want to know what you do.
He really, and he did it so concisely and simply. It's just a guy with is that a banjo, Ben? Was that a banjo? What's he playing? Yeah. It's a guy,
And they don't think that you know.
It's a good
but he
old
knows,
boy.
and we know. You do.
Crazy.
You know what's going on.
Well, that's one of the greatest lines of one of the most, you asked like what I read, one of the most influential books I've ever read was the Gulag Archipelago, Alexander Solzhenitsyn. And one of his famous lines is, "We know that they're lying. They know that we know that they're lying. We know that they know that we know that they're lying, and yet they still lie. And that's the moment it's over. The moment it's over is when they can do anything, say anything, and everybody's just like, okay, as long as you leave me alone. And then they got you. And they got you. And but in one of the episodes of Canceled Weekly, we brought up a Jocko Willink. I don't know why I keep saying that incorrectly. Clip. And what did he say? When you get these bad moments, what's his advice?
Good.
Good. Let them keep lying. Good. Why? Good. Why is it good?
See their game plan.
Yeah, it exposes them, gives you an opportunity to assess how vulnerable you are, right? We always talk about freedom and sovereignty, and I think until you have that illusion broken, it's very easy to think that everything is air-conditioned and easy and guaranteed, and then we got to see none of it is, and then where all of those kind of chinks in the armor of your armor are, right? So it's, can I control my own water supply? If you don't, like, that's really tricky. If my food, whatever it is, you know what I mean? My location, my ability to leave my house, to go to the beach without getting arrested, to take my kids to the playground without getting arrested. Moms are getting arrested for taking their fucking children to a playground. That's insanity. Gyms being closed, right? Being forced to say, you have to take this experimental shot because it's not really a vaccine, being a pregnant woman, not pregnant person, pregnant woman going into the doctors and then them berating you to get this shot, and if not, you get shitty care, personal experience because you don't get it. So yeah, it's madness.
Wow. And I love what you said there, the illusion. It's the illusion of freedom. And as long as they make the prison comfortable enough, as long as we've got TV and we got Xbox and we got air conditioning, well, I don't really care. It could be worse, right? But there is something to that could be worse too, though. And I find myself fighting that because I don't want a culture that, galvanizes victimhood. And I do kind of think about the old school, like my grandma's generation, where it's like, hey, I lost 3 kids in war and, the bank foreclosed on my house, but hey, I got my health and it could be worse. Like there's something to that mentality as well, right? So I don't know.
Well, you can still be grateful, right? It's one of my favorite books is Viktor Frankl's The Man's Search for Meaning. And it's his story about when he was in Auschwitz and the idea that you can still have your freedom and still have perspective and gratitude even in like the most evil and horrific situation. And to me, like that's the ultimate freedom because you can have everything stripped away and all you have is what's inside and like your mindset. It's a really, really powerful book if anyone hasn't read it.
This is Gas Digital, so we're assuming some of our audience will be able to read.
Yeah, 2 or 3 of these fuckers can read.
Yeah, so for the people that listen to Part of the Problem, you're going to really enjoy...
I was just going to say that. Too.
You're going to really enjoy Viktor Frankl. Have you been on Part of the Problem? I feel like you'd be a great guest for that.
I have not.
Nat, you should help
Dave
her out.
Smith.
Yeah.
Have you been on it?
No,
How?
Dave, the fuck?
I don't know.
They gotta make like
That's
a
a
mix
match
of
made in heaven, I
You would
think.
think. You would
and
think.
Dave.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Robbie the Fire is a great
holler
guy
at
too.
him.
Like Robbie the Fire. Yeah, I mean they're doing great work. Either way, they're doing great work. The big thing about this going forward though becomes like, all right, like what is the line? Like what do we do? Like what I think everybody we're all like in agreement now. We're all like, all right, this was bullshit. But we're seeing a big pivot now. We're seeing a big pivot where the people that locked us down, Taylor Lorenz, the mouthpiece from Washington Post, and Justin Trudeau, King Kami up north in Canada, who imposed even stricter lockdowns than we did, they're saying they never imposed lockdowns.
Oh, wow.
They never did it. They're saying that there were never any vaccine mandates. This is all a fiction of the right-wing imagination. I swear to God. I sent it in the group text, Christian. Put it up if you can, the Twitter of Trudeau. There were never lockdowns.
It's weird because it's almost like these people don't realize the internet exists because they were in government before it was available to everyone, especially at your pocket. So it's like, there's nothing to see here.
Do they not think, or are they so arrogant to think that if we just
I think it's more
lie,
of an arrogance thing.
The people believed us anyway. Why wouldn't they believe us lying about it?
That's just crazy, though. What do you mean?
When you're caught, these people committed crimes against humanity. If we get down to brass tacks, these people committed crimes against humanity. They lied. They ran human experiments. Call it what it is. It's a human experiment, right? They coerced people, but now they're acting like they did none of it. They're like, we just made it readily available. We just made it readily available. We thought it was the best thing to do. We tried to educate, and we made it available. And it's like, no, you fired people unless they got
Right,
it.
and you had the COVID
You
passports.
jailed people.
Yeah.
You took people's bank accounts away.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Pull it up, Christian, whatever, man.
Is it in the text group?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then you get into the idea of power versus force, right? And then force begets more force. So what is the powerful solution to this and not the forceful solution to this?
It's the Brett Weinstein Twitter.
Oh, okay. I thought I was looking for Trudeau.
Yeah, it's right there, man. Yeah, this is a very, very dangerous, because I think sometimes the cover-up is worse than the crime in that now you tried to overpower me.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're insulting my intelligence, and on some level that makes me angrier. On some level that makes me want to punish you, right? So on the first thing, all right, you were scared. You know, you were nervous, you were very vulnerable, very easily manipulated. Fine, it doesn't excuse what you did, but I can accept it. You know, let's just agree that you sit the next one out, all right? People, you sit the next pandemic out. But now they're trying to act like they never did what they did.
Enforcement measures
Pull it up.
in place will make sure that everyone is
You got
vaccinated.
to pull up the tweet. The tweet is what's important. Pull up the tweet.
Can you read that, Christian?
Yeah, the tweet says people were required, coerced, misled, and threatened into taking vaccines. Others were ostracized, shamed, and impoverished for refusing. We were defamed, demonetized for demonetized for discussing it. The injured were heartlessly gaslit, but no one was physically forced. That's what they mean.
The COVID vaccine narrative. Oh, what happened here?
So unless someone is physically holding you down, then they don't consider that force.
Which, if you were a kid, you got physically held and injected. You had no options, right? The COVID vaccine narrative now is that no one was forced to get the jab. People chose to. That's the narrative. And it goes back to Taylor Lorenz. Taylor Lorenz talking about there was no such thing as quote-unquote lockdowns. We were never locked down for even a minute.
You can show the videos of moms getting arrested at playgrounds. That's real.
Yeah, dude in the ocean getting pulled over by
Yeah.
the Coast Guard and the police. And
They can wipe.
Middle of the ocean by himself.
ocean, yeah.
And that's a problem.
Yeah.
Under arrest, sir.
Stay 6 feet away. There's nobody around you.
Or do you remember-
SWAT team.
yards.
Yeah.
Remember people checking coffee cups? So if you were out going for a walk, some of the cops would come over and open up your coffee to make sure that there was coffee in it if your mask was down, and that you weren't holding a coffee as a means to be outside without a mask.
Gotta be kidding me.
No, swear to God, that I saw that video.
Gross.
Well,
It's disgusting.
they can scrub the internet. They can brainwash the idiots, but they can never get rid of non-essential tattoos. Go ahead and remind the world, remind everybody that you were told you were non-essential. You were told you were non-essential by a government that's been in debt for 45 years. You were told you were non-essential by a government that can't even fix a pothole, that does nothing but print money and enrich itself at the expense of everybody else. So unless you're one of these idiots eating fudge rounds, I don't know. We got it. This is an appeal to the people that listened to them the first time, because the people that were out the first time are going to be even more out this time. This is an appeal to you, whether you call yourself a Democrat, a centrist, a leftist, whatever you call yourself. You have to have some sort of line in the sand. You have to have some sort of moment where you say, these people, they lied about everything your whole life. They lied to you to get into Vietnam. They lied to you to get into Afghanistan and Iraq. They lied to you about JFK. They lied to you about the Pentagon Papers. They lied to you about everything your whole life. They've now been caught lying about COVID efficiency, the COVID origins, vaccine efficiency. But I'm sure they'll tell the truth on the next one. I'm sure the next one they'll be honest. Don't you think?